Well, hello everyone, and thanks for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner. Well, I finally finished my December daily, and it's a cute little journal that fits into this Tim Holtz ink little box. And so in today's video, I thought we would decorate it. Last Monday's video, I showed you how I made the journal. This Monday, we're decorating the box. So to start with, what I did is I took just our standard painter's tape, and I wanted to cover that little window there. It's a plastic window, but still, I wanted to protect that from the paint. Now, you can see the box is silver, but I wanted it to be richer in kind of some gold tones because that is the colors I used in the journal. So I'm just, like I said, taking some of this painter's tape and I will cover the entire box window. So, how's everybody doing? You doing great? Oh my gosh. So today I went to a Christmas concert in which my granddaughter sang a solo. And there was another girl in the video with her, and because I don't have permission to have that girl on YouTube, I can't show you the video, so shoot. But it was incredible. I might just do the audio. We'll see. But anyway, so I'm going to take this acrylic paint, and it's just one that I get at Hobby Lobby, and it's kind of a ivory color. I think it's called parchment. Yeah. And I'm just going to paint the entire box just to take away some of that silver. And so I do the entire box, and then I set it aside to dry. And I'm checking to make sure that it still opens and closes, and it does. So now I'm going to remove that tape, if I can get a hold of it. Anyway, she's got an absolute stunning voice, and her other grandmother actually helps her with voice lessons because she has a beautiful voice too, so she is coaching her with that. So I'm taking this decoupage medium, and what I'm going to do is I split this napkin. It was a 3-ply napkin, and you take all the plies off except for the top one. Then I kind of tore it up, and I'm just going to decoupage pieces of that napkin onto the outside of that box, just the front part there. I'm opening the drawers because I want to tell you which decoupage medium I use. Yeah, it's not that one. It's Distress Collage Medium, the matte one. So I put down some of that collage medium down first, then lay the napkin over it, and then I put some more of that collage medium over the top, and that will adhere it nicely to the box. And then for the underside, because it's kind of got a lip on the box, I do paint a little bit of that collage medium and then kind of tuck that napkin over the side there. And I do it all around the circumference of the box. And then I set it aside to dry. And then after it dries, I take what is kind of hanging off the side of the box and I just kind of pull it off. And it leaves a raggedy edge, but that's okay. I don't mind that. Because then I take a regular nail file and kind of clean up the edges there. You know, I usually don't do voiceovers, but I was watching and participating in a flea market online. So most of the time while I was working on this box, I had YouTube going and I was buying stuff from this flea market. So I needed to hear what they were selling and the prices and what have you. So that's why I'm doing a voiceover with this one here. And then I wanted to cover that bottom part of the box. So I just took some scrap paper and it's maybe 3/4 of an inch and I cut it. And I'm going to use double-sided tape. I can't remember where I got that paper, but it's, you know, it's got that gold tones to it. And I'm using double-sided tape to adhere that to the box. I had my daughter and her husband and the grandkids over for dinner tonight. We had, it's a French sandwich called a croque monsieur. Not sure if I pronounced that properly, like a French person would do, but it's basically the upscale version of ham and cheese sandwich with a bechamel sauce. It was delicious. You guys remember I was married to a French chef, so that's kind of how come I know all that stuff. So I just measure how much I will need to cover the entire box and attach that. I also went to church today. It was really good. It was a Christmas program. Lots of good speakers. I still have a little bit of Christmas shopping to do. My daughter wants me to make her a table runner. She's got a really big dining room table. I believe it sits 12 people, and she can't find a runner for it, so she's asked me to make her one. So that's on the project list. And now I'm going to cover the back. And this was a coordinating piece from that paper that I had. And I just measured it so that it would cover the bottom of the box well. And I've rounded the corners. That is We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder. It has 3 different sizes of corner rounders. I really like it. I have bought several over the years. That's one of my favorite ones. So if you're interested in purchasing that, look at We Are Memory's corner rounder bunch. Blah, 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 blah. And so I'm distressing the edges a little bit. And then I'm just going to take my Beacons 3-in-1 glue and attach that to the bottom of the box. I wanted to make sure that those pine cones were in the correct orientation. You can see one part of the paint kind of peeled off the bottom there, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be putting some rice paper over that. Now I've got this other ribbon, and you want to make sure that if you're going to attach some more ribbon to the top there where I'm putting that glue right there, that the box will still shut. And it does. So make sure that your ribbon or whatever you're using is not too thick. And because the hinges on the back of the box are there, I wasn't able to go all the way around, but I don't think it quite matters. It still looks good. It's got a little bit of a metallic or sparkly gold embellishment on that ribbon. It's really pretty. I think I picked that up at when that ribbon store went out of business. I know I've told you about that. The ribbon store was going out of business, and they had these big baskets, and for $5, you could stuff as much ribbon as you wanted in this basket. And believe me, everybody was really stuffing their baskets. I have so much ribbon. And again, I'm just checking to make sure that it opens and closes without any problem. Now again, that is some ribbon that I probably got at that store. And it's kind of a burgundy color. It matches the berries on the pine cones there. And so I'm just going to glue it over that gold scrapbook paper. Just again, to add a little bit more oomph and dimension to that box. Now I had taken some Nuvo drops and I had gone around the box, but I didn't like the way it looked, so I'm going to add one more thing to it. Now this is a mold, and when I do use this Delight clay, I buy that at Michael's. I first put some baby powder into the mold so that it releases well. Make sure that you at least double wrap it after you open up the package. And then I put it also into another plastic bag and then into a plastic container. And part of it still kind of dried out. So I'm just rolling it out, and then I'll place it in that mold. Now the nice thing about this clay is you'll see that it is flexible. I also use resin sometimes, but resin you have to let it dry before you release it out of the mold because it's more liquidy, and so you're not able to manipulate it as well. So I use both sometimes. And then I just scrape off some of that top there with that little palette knife. This gives it a really nice little border on the box. And then I just go in and make sure that all of the edges are kind of tucked in there. And I do 4 of those so that it'll go around the entire window of that box. Then to release it, all I do is just kind of roll the mold and let the clay just kind of fall out of the box there. Not out of the box, out of the mold. And you see, you can manipulate it and turn it. I use that when I am decorating ornaments. And then I can just use that palette knife to cut it to the size that I need it. Now these are 2 paints that I'm going to show you. I bought them at Hobby Lobby. One is kind of a reddish color, and then the other one is a plum color. And the red was a little bit too red, so I wanted to darken it up. I tested it on that little piece there just to make sure that I got the color that matched the ribbon a little bit better. And I think I came pretty close. So I put a little bit of that acrylic paint in that little painter's doohickey, whatever that thing is called. I don't know. And I mix it up, and then I paint my clay there. I don't think I had let it dry. I don't think I needed to. I was being impatient too. I wanted to get the box done so I could get this video out. And I'm just testing it again just to make sure that it's the color that I want. Now, this is some wax. It's a burgundy color. Let me pull out the container of that so I can tell you which brand that is. It is Art Alchemy Metallic Wax. So I just put a little bit over each of those little rope areas just to kind of darken them up a little bit more. And then that is some gold wax paste, and that is Pentart brand. And then I just put just ever so slightly a little bit over that area, and it just, again, it lightens it up, makes it look real rich. Get your fingers really dirty. I love that brand of wax. I have several different kinds of brands. Both of that Art Alchemy and the Pentart are my favorites. The other ones that I have are something that I bought off of Amazon, and they dry out. I can't even remember what brand they are, but I don't like them as much. But in a pinch, when I don't have the color I need, I still use those. And you can see I started out with white, and then look how rich and beautiful those look. Now this is some rice paper that I bought that has a lot of images of Christ and Mary. And so I cut it down, and that is going to go on the inside of the box. So I just, again, take some of that decoupage medium, paint it inside the box, lay that rice paper over it, and then put some more of the decoupage medium on top of it. And then I set that aside and let that dry. Like I said, in between, I was buying things from this flea market. I bought some papers. Oh, this one folio I bought was from the 1600s. I cannot wait to get that. It's in French. And I don't know if you guys, you watch Rachel, I'm sure, at Roxy Creations, but she made a journal that she called her Hoardy Journal. It was all her absolute favorite papers. And so that French document is going into a Hoardy journal that I'm going to make. I bought the folio from Inked Paper Art over on Etsy. And so now I'm going to attach those clay molds onto the edging of that box, because now they've dried enough to where I think I can without any problem. Today's the 11th of December, and I've been really good about writing in my journal every single day. And then once those are attached, when I opened the box, I could see the underside of those clay molds, and so I really didn't like that. So I took some ribbon and I glued it on the inside of the box. You're going to see that in just a minute. And I think that helped it. So thanks for joining me, everyone. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next Monday. Thanks. Bye-bye.